Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Curragh Racecourse here on Monday. It is the 18th of March 2024. I'm going to look at the featured fifth race, the 340 from the Curragh, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me this weekend for my Lincoln Handicap preview from Doncaster, and also for my Louisiana Derby preview from the fairgrounds, and also we have the Jeff Ruby from Turfway. Some good racing this weekend on both sides of the pond, so I hope you join me for those previews. But let's look at the fifth race now, the 340 from the Curragh, beginning of the Irish Flat season. It is the Group 3 Park Express Stakes. It's Group 3 event for Class 1 horses, going for a $71,500 purse, race for 3-year-olds and upwards, fillies and mares only. Field of 11 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or a mile over the turf course. Course is going to have some give in it. My top selection in here, I'm going to go with the 4-horse Cato Bell. I'm going to go 492 in the Tricast Trifecta. 492 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection 4-horse Cato Bell. This 4-year filly by Harry's Angel. Johnny Murder trains, gets Cohen up in the saddle. The horse's most recent outing came in the Group 1 Matron Stakes at Leopardstown, 1 mile on the 9th of September, and he finished 12th by 14 lengths that day. He had the headgear on for the first time, but the ground was lightning fast, which I don't think this horse adored at all. Off the bench, he just never got going. Wheels are spinning, just never was comfortable that day. Refreshing here to softer ground, lesser quality horses. I think this horse could get a better trip, and I think she can find the winner's circle easier than she did the last time out. Also, a better poster, break from barrier number 3 last time out. Break from barrier number 12, not ideal. 2 back in the Group 3 Valiant Stakes at Ascot, 1 mile on the 29th of July. He finished 9th by 9 lengths that day, and again, he just was lackadaisical, never had the turn of foot, never getting into it. It wasn't the day to win, but on, the 2 previous races in Ireland weren't bad at all. On a fillies listed race at Navan, 11th of July over the mile, first time facing winners, first time stakes quality horses, she won by 1 1/4 lengths, and she kept to the task that day. She settled well on the front end, she quickened up not a lot. She might have been a little bit wide that day, but she really took off clear. That was a very good strong run. And then on debut on the 10th of May at Gowan, 7 furlongs in the main race, she won by 1 1/4 lengths that day, and she stayed the trip well, quickening up nicely. Nothing bad about that race. Refreshing here with some class relief off her last runs, getting it given the ground. At 12-1, I think she could get a trip to win. I think the 9-horse Brilliant for McDonough and Aidan O'Brien can win also. Most recently in the Group 1 Bet 365 mile Newmarket over the mile on the 13th of October. He finished 5th by 6 lengths, just never getting into it. The key with this horse last year, I thought they were just running her in just not and not in the best spots that day, getting some tougher horses. She's getting a little lesser quality spot that's going to really suit her well. Also, she was a workhorse at the end of the season last year. She ran in the Bet 365 mile. A week prior, she ran in the Curragh locally in the Stratford Stud Stakes, where he finished 5th by 5 lengths. A decent third in the Weld Park Stakes here in late September, and then the Morglare Stud, she just never really got going. A decent place in the Irish European Fund Stakes here in late August, but she's getting serious class relief. She's getting given the ground. Back to a mile, 3-1, it wouldn't surprise me. And also the 2-horse Magical Sunset, a horse for your multi-race Tricast, your quad pot or place pot here. A horse to use there would be the 2-horse Magical Sunset for David Egan and Adrian Murray. David Egan was actually riding in the here stateside at Gulfstream this past winter. I believe he rode Saturday or Sunday at Gulfstream, and is now riding Monday at the Curragh. But this horse, in the fall, was just facing tough horses. Ran the Group 1 British Champion Sprint Stakes, never getting a trip to win that day against some tough horses. Prior to that, the Skeptree Stakes at Doncaster on St. Ledger weekend, never got into it, but had a decent win, or great win in the Oak Tree Stakes at Glorious Goodwood on soft ground, and then so it's too fast ground over the summer. This horse likes it given the ground and getting serious class relief at 5-1. If she could stay the mile, she could win. I'll use her on the ticket. 7 furlongs might be her preferred trip. Mile might be just a little bit too long, but she's the wise guy horse here, but it's gonna have to overcome a wide post trip. But it's a very good feature here for the Curragh, so go a little heavy in this one. But to recount my selection for the 5th, the 340 from the Curragh, it is the Group 3 Park Express Stakes. Gonna take the 4-horse Cato Bell, give kudos to the 9-horse Brilliant and the 2-horse Magical Sunset. 492 Tricast Trifecta. Use them all in the multi-race wagers. So good luck to them. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everyone.